The tragedy of Reek, compassion or contempt. Game of Thrones presents us with perhaps one of the most divisive character arcs with Theon Greyjoy turned Reek. Let's unpack the quagmire of feelings we experience as viewers regarding Theon's journey and the atrocities he commits along the way. Theon, from heir to pariah. Remember the Theon we first met? A hostage that grew up with Starks, seemingly part of the family, albeit somewhat aloof. There's that old saying, you can take the boy out of the Iron Islands, but you can't take the Iron Islands out of the boy. Theon always had something to prove, but that's not enough to justify his betrayal, is it? When Theon seizes Winterfell, his identity crisis spirals out of control. He's no longer the ward, the brother, the friend. He becomes the traitor, murdering innocent children to strengthen his flimsy hold on command. And it's not easy watching him dismantle the hard-earned trust and affection from his time with the Starks. Reek, Theon reduced to ruins, enter Ramsay Bolton, the sadist extraordinaire. What he does to Theon, the physical and psychological torment, would break anyone. We watch Theon Greyjoy, with all his faults and sins, be reduced to a shell of a man. Reek. It is here that our sense of vengeance begins to tangle with pity. Yes, Theon did dreadful things, unforgivable even. But does anyone deserve the hell he's been put through? Does becoming Reek absolve him of his past or just add a new layer of tragedy to his character? Empathy for the devil? So, to the heart of the matter, should we feel bad for Reek given what he did as Theon? Empathy often isn't about deserving. It's about recognizing the shared potential for suffering within us all. There's a brutal honesty in witnessing Theon's transformation into Reek, where we confront a hard truth. There's a Reek inside every Theon awaiting ruin at the hands of a merciless world. The real pull at our conscience comes when Theon starts exhibiting humanity and bravery again. He saves Sansa, helps in the Battle of the Bastards. These redemptive acts cue us to reassess our feelings. But redemption in Game of Thrones isn't a one-to-one trade, a life saved for a life taken. It's messier, much like reality. Reconciliation with compassion. Living in Portland, Oregon, where the natural surroundings constantly remind me of the complexities within the web of life, I often retreat to them when I'm in a bind over characters like Theon Reek. There's this massive, wild, and gnarled tree I like to visit in Forest Park. It's older than old, and twisted in ways that suggest a storied past of both growth and turmoil. Looking at it, I'm reminded of characters like Reek, complex, burdened by their history, and often shaped by forces beyond their control. Ultimately, it's the struggle we respond to, the human condition in its rawest form, flawed, broken, but indefatigably striving for something resembling redemption. So yes, in a way, we should feel bad for Reek, not because he deserves it, but because empathy isn't about what's deserved. It's about what's shared in the human spirit, our capacity to suffer, to feel, and to hope against the odds. And in the sprawling, brutal world of Game of Thrones, where joy is a rare commodity, perhaps our capacity for empathy is the one thing that remains truly ours.